Chandler, I know the other night you pop one out there to left center, and the outfielder robbed you of that record-setting home run. Don't mean to bring up a sore subject, but did you think it was gone? And when it did leave the ballpark, were you like, "Are you kidding me, bro? Can I break this stupid record already?"
Yeah, it was, the wind was coming in pretty good from left, but I hit it and I was like, dude, there's no way. No way it doesn't get out. And it was like, as I told a couple of my buddies, because I kind of pimped it. I've hit a lot of homers here. I was like, I know what's gone and what's not. And I kind of pimped it. I was like, dude, I felt like the weight of the world was lifted off of my shoulders, like finally broke the record. And then as soon as he caught it, I was like, oh my gosh. It was like everything just came crashing back down. So, yeah, it was, quite the catch for sure.
I know this season hasn't been as exciting as last year, but having guys like Newt to be here, having guys like Edmond, right, guys that are former Springfield Cardinals, what have you talked to them about? How have you picked their brain? How have they kind of rubbed off on you, if any way?
Yeah, I try and pick their brain about some, hitting nuances here and there. Like, we all have a pretty good foundation, but there's times where cues can be different for each guy, and having a little nuance behind it and what exactly they mean. So picking their brains on that, picking their brains on some nuances on defense and what they're looking at, how to get a better jump and a better read off the bat has been awesome. They have all these little tips and tricks that can help, make great plays. So it's been awesome.
That's gotta be cool. Right, when it comes to trying to read a pitcher, right? What kind of tips do they have? Because obviously at this level, guys are a little sharper, right? I know that sweeper is obviously a tough pitch to hit. So what have they taught you about maybe looking at pitchers and finding them tipping or anything like that?
Yeah, so Newpar, we were talking about, we faced Little Rock the last week and they throw a lot of spin, and I was like, Newpar, you see spin out of hand? And he goes, spin, I don't really look at spin, I'm looking more at the shape. And that's so interesting to me because I'm so locked in right out of hand trying to read the spin right away, but it's like I get too hard focused on the release point and I'm there for an extra click and the ball's already out. Newpar is kind of having a more soft focus and more worried about the shape of the ball rather than right out of hand. So it's a little bit more adjustable, a little bit more free-flowing where you don't get kind of stuck.
How would you describe this year for you? I know it's been frustrating not having the same home run rate as last year. When you were just absolutely crushing the ball, what has it been like for you to be away from the family? You're coming back to the same team. You're a record-setting player for this organization. Kind of, how would you sum it up to people?
Depressing. Going from being an all-star to getting sent back to the same level with a wife at home by herself with a kid, it's been really tough, and because she shouldn't have to be making those sacrifices. That's me, that's the husband's job, and so I feel terrible, and it's like, yeah, I'm also not doing well, and she's like, have fun. Well, it's hard to have fun when I'm hitting 180 and I know what she's doing back at home, so it's the confidence took a big hit. It's like getting sent back to the same spot. I started doubting, like, did I have a good year? Which sounds crazy, 31 homers, 92 RBIs, and it's like, great year, but being sent back, it's, did I have a good year? And getting my release denied was tough, because not only do they not want to promote me, but they don't want to get rid of me either. So it's been the hardest season of my life, for sure. But I think, it's given me an opportunity to trust God's plan, and that's one of my biggest prayers I pray all the time, is trying to trust His timing, trust His plan, and it's easy when you have 31 homers last year to trust His plan. How can you do it when you're hitting 180? So I think He's just giving me an opportunity for growth.
Right, I talked to Newt and both Edmond, and I asked both of them about, baseball, right, is a patience process, right? You have to be patient as a hitter, you have to be patient for development. At some point, though, do you feel like you have waited your time? Is that the hardest part? Like, you feel like you have done enough to prove, hey, I've played the waiting game and I believe that the result should be delivered?
Yeah, selfishly, I've 4 years here, part of 4 years. I feel like it's been enough, but I guess it hasn't. So just keep waiting.